everyone. Welcome back to Wind Down Wednesday. We have a very special guest today. Pretty famous on the last episode. My husband, Mr. Denzel Polk,
It's all about me
the
today. It's
animated
all about me
character
today.
in my life.
Yes. Thank you for having me on the show. I know this is something that Kay's been wanting to do. She's been talking about it all the time. She's been talking about it over 3 years about having the opportunity to do a podcast. So I'm definitely glad. Excuse me, can't get my words out. I'm glad that we can do this together and you can do your thing. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm very excited to have you here. I knew you'd be a good episode and a good topic of marriage and parenting and how we grew up, our lifestyles, our families, everything. And, we can talk about how we met too, because that was funny.
Yeah. The first day we met. So what happened was I was at a festival and I was
On
walking.
my Towson people, Tiger Fest.
It was at Tiger Fest. Guys at the academy, Naval Academy in Annapolis. We really don't have festivals. We don't have parties and stuff like that. So we go to all the other colleges.
Okay, yeah, I went to a party school.
Yes. And so we always say, hey, you find, you can talk to ladies at the school, at the academy, but you can also talk to all the ladies at, different colleges around the area. And Tiger Fest was going. I don't know if Gucci was there. I forget who was performing that weekend. Was it Tyler, Travis Scott?
Yeah, you got
somebody.
Yeah.
But we were at the Greek picnic.
Yeah, all you Navy guys kind of scatter around all of like the southern part of Maryland.
We just
it doesn't matter what school you're at. There's going to be someone.
You find friends
from the brotherhood.
We all looking for friends. Friends.
You're all looking for
buddies.
I guess I was a great friend.
You were a great friend. Very dependable.
Shut up. You're stupid.
Loyal friend. So what is it? We're at this festival and one of my teammates, he was 2 years ahead of me. He had an amazing car. It was like an Audi SUV. And I was seeing all the girls leaving the Greek picnic. So I was standing on the side of the car, kind of like flexing like it was my car. And
it wasn't.
Kayla walked past with her roommate. And I just remember, I say this all the time. I don't know why, but I remember this girl. She was caramel complexion, braided hair, and she had white high-waisted jeans on. And she walked past us, and I was like,
Bray, don't roast me for my white high-waisted jeans, please.
I was mesmerized. I was a little buzzed. We was kicking it, at the picnic, and I gave her that South Jersey Philly. I was like,
yeah,
one of them
and
calls.
Just so everyone knows, he tried to cat call me.
It's not a cat call. It's a greeting.
Okay, what is a greeting? No, it's not.
You took, hey, people, whoever knows.
So I kept walking. The only reason I turned around is because my roommate dropped her student ID, so I had to go look for it, and of course, it fell down right next to where he was standing.
And so they tried to play me, walk past me. Next thing they came back, I said, oh, she want to talk to me.
No.
And so I go up, talk to the ladies. I talk to you and your friend. And I get your phone number. I think you reluctantly gave me your phone number.
Yeah.
But, being as a guy, when you may be a little, have a little liquid courage, you feel like your game is really tight and you saying the best stuff in the world. So I'm like, oh, she feeling me. She going to give me her phone number. You gave me your phone number and you ghosted me for 3 months.
I did. I ghosted you for 3 months.
How foul is that?
I feel like it was pretty regular.
That's rude.
Okay, ladies, would you answer someone's text that cat called you?
Hey,
I honestly forgot who you were.
It worked out.
Who was this person? You texted me so many times, and then you called me.
Yeah, and you know what I said? What I text you when you blocked the call?
I blocked the call, and I was like, "Did you call me by accident?" You were like, "No, I just wanted to say some cute shit."
And next thing you know, it was all the popping. Yeah.
No, but the first day I was about to ghost you again. Everyone knows that story.
So,
yeah.
Okay, everybody, I'm going to tell everybody. So at the Naval Academy, we go on cruises. Cruises are basically, you get to experience the fleet. You get to go see different communities that you may want to go into once you graduate and commission. And we went away. We had to take all our clothes back home from the academy. You got to move out your room. Everybody knows that in college in the summer. So I didn't have any of my clothes with me. All I had was the clothes that I went on my cruise with. And
they were crusty.
They weren't crusty. The sweatpants were a little high, a
High,
little high,
little high
a little
water
high.
central.
Um,
Where was the flood?
I didn't have a haircut. I'm looking a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
My sponsor mom, they let me borrow their daughter's car. It was a summer. She said, you got a little date. Go ahead, her and my sponsor dad. So I went to go to this date to CK. I walk in there, and homegirl is wearing dressed good again, wearing a sundress. She got the everything hanging. She was looking presentable, and she had a margarita. And
I had a
and
bar.
I'm like this, and I'm so green. I'm like, man, it's like 2:00, and she like, but we on a date, we having fun.
What are you talking about?
I'm all green. I'm like, well, I'm just get some water with lemon, please. And she like, oh, this dude's a clown. But it was like that first date. I couldn't stop staring at you, your smile, the way you were looking at me. I was like,
I
my
will say,
first
I have
time.
never seen Denzel ever be silent or quiet. And everyone knows I'm kind of quiet. I was talking most of the time, and I'm like, is this kid is something wrong? Does my breast stink? Like, why is he not talking?
We ate and left so fast.
And then I was like, well, that was a fast date. Do you want to go to the mall?
And we went to the mall, and Kay tried to hold my hand. And I was so nervous that I used my hand. I rubbed the sweat off my hands on my sweatpants, and Kay saw me.
It was so disgusting.
I was so nervous. I was afraid.
Imagine if someone you're like, ooh, let's hold hands, and they just go, and then try to hold your hand. I was like,
disgusting.
You're nasty.
Then we, after the mall, you gave me.
I gave you another chance.
Finessed you into a kiss. You reluctantly gave me a kiss. I feel like it was a petty.
I was really not trying to kiss.
Yeah, I believe it was out of you felt bad for me.
Yeah.
And then the second date.
Oh my gosh, it was like, is this the same person? Because I only gave you another chance because I had nothing to do.
Yeah, I understand.
So he pulled up in a new car, a brand new car, a gold chain, a collared shirt, some jeans, a gold watch. He had his hair cut and was like, hey, honey, how you doing? Like, talking all like how everyone knows Denny talks. All like, hey, honey, how's it going? And I was like, who is this? And then I finally searched who he was. And then I Googled his name, and it was like Denzel Polk, Naval Academy football defensive end, famous. And I was like, oh, maybe I should maybe I should date you.
She got lost in the sauce.
I did.
And then you took me
to the
Acme. We went to Acme at the Academy.
You took me to Acme.
It's a bar in Annapolis. Anybody who's been there knows that was during the time that was the football team bar.
Oh yeah.
And so it was like the scene in Goodfellas when he takes his date through the back of the restaurant and they're waving. He knows everybody. Everybody's giving him a handshake.
Oh my gosh, we skipped the line.
We skipped the line.
And I was like, they were like, oh, Denzel, what's up? But yeah, you know what? Brotherhood. I'm going to talk to you right now. Y'all know what y'all are doing. Because I'm in there thinking Denzel's famous. I'm like, oh, wow, he's popular. Like, the Brotherhood.
I was.
Like, wow. But no, you guys know what you're doing.
So she came there. Everybody was dapping me up, showing me love. They was like, oh, that's you? I was like, yeah, that's me. That's me. Yeah.
And then we got free drinks and stuff. And I was like, okay.
Blowing the spot up.
Yeah,
blowing the spot up. Blowing the spot up. We ain't get free drinks.
Oh, maybe you're kind of cool. And then after that, I was
paid for everything.
Yeah. I dated a lot of scumbags, but he seems pretty legit now, even though I thought you were a dork at first.
So I made it seem like we got free drinks, but my teammates just paid for them, and I paid them back.
Oh, you're blowing up your own spot now.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. Hey, it's the pod. We gotta be honest to people. You know what I mean? It was you fell for the trap though.
Yeah,
because after that,
how did I fall for the trap?
Because after that, you kept calling me. You couldn't get away from me. You was coming to Annapolis, driving 45 minutes every weekend during football season. You was bringing me food during the week.
Okay, you're trying to say all this stuff, but when I started working, who was bringing me lunch at my office?
I was in college. I couldn't. What do you mean?
Uh-huh.
And I had to protect the investment, so I had to be.
Let him lie. That Chick-fil-A was busting though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I was one of the baby comeback moments.
Yeah. You definitely. I had to curse you out a few times, but yeah.
Hey, we all grow. We not our finished selves. and I'm still growing. Back then, you met me in college. I'm
You
different
met
me.
me in college too. That's
And you
true.
different. You different than
I
what you
am
was.
different,
I grew
for
up.
sure.
I grew up a little bit.
But you always knew I was going to be your wife, so
I
that's
did.
good.
I told Nova's goddad, one of her goddads, Jermaine, after that
That
first
was the
date.
first date, yeah.
Yeah, I called him. I was like, bro, oh yeah, I found my wife. Like, she's the one. So didn't know we was gonna get married. I know we transitioned talking about marriage and how, we became, married and everything. It came faster than what we both expected, but like
Yeah,
it was
because I
coming
always like,
regardless.
I don't want to say this like controversially. It's like I always knew we were like together and we were always dating, but we kind of were doing our own thing at that time. Like I
You
got
be
my first
honest.
job. It was COVID, but I was like, yeah, Denzel's gonna be my husband, so you're just kind of like
Close to the hip.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You talk about your little dates.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I had dates as well. But
I know you did.
you know everything.
Yeah.
That's one thing I will say. Women's intuition, women's knowledge. I promise I can't get away with robbing a bank without Kay knowing.
Oh
So
no.
it's just like she knows
I know
everything.
everything.
She
Yeah.
knows everything. So I stopped trying
And
to
trust me, I will find
hide
out
everything. Yeah, she's the feds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love
I
that.
should have been in the FBI, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, you're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. You can, you can stalk with the best of them.
Yeah, but yeah, we definitely were like, oh, this is, we're gonna seal the deal
Yeah,
with surprise
of God's present.
Yeah,
But I think
God's gift.
But I think
Yeah.
that we needed that during that time. So
Yeah.
upon me graduating college, Kay was working, but it was during COVID. So she was
Yeah.
living with her parents, saving up her money. She did
The
just buy a
Armbach and Uncle
house.
Terry, my
You
aunt
did.
uncle. Yeah.
You did just buy a house.
I did.
So you were back and forth with that.
hmm
And I was graduated in Newport, Rhode Island, TADing. And you came to visit 4th of July weekend, approximately. Uncle Terry sent you up with some moonshine to celebrate. And Uncle Terry, I tell you this every time, that you may be one of the blessings, the angels that God put in our life for Nova to be here. But it was that 4th of July weekend, and we became parents, which was the funniest story. When Kay used to joke with me when we were dating, she'd be like, oh, I think I just feel pregnant. And I would just hang up the phone like, girl, stop playing with me.
That was when TikTok would always do the pranks, and you'd be like, hee hee ha ha.
Yeah, we ain't joking.
Yeah. But no, but she really was like a gift. Like,
yeah, you're going through a lot.
Yeah, my family went through a really hard time. Even though I still got cursed out when you had to announce I was pregnant.
That's jacked up.
Yeah.
That they did that
but I
to
was
me.
like, I have a degree, a house, a car, and a career.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still got cursed out by Aunt Rebecca. Everyone knows that the wrath of Aunt Rebecca is upon you if you announce something.
It was just...
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the next week she was in Target like, I can't believe this. Scan, you need these diapers. Scan, you need these toys. Scan, you need this milk. Like,
yeah.
And I was like, I'm only 7 weeks pregnant. I don't need this time now.
And it's so crazy that the dynamic of both of our families, how they perceived it. The guys were really like, the fathers in our lives were really...
They were like, Terry,
Yeah. So the story was that Kay and I went to a family barbecue, and we agreed this is when we're going to tell her family. Kay told her family a little bit after me because, she had to make sure she did it the right way.
Oh,
Myself, I just woke up one morning and I called my dad and I told him, and he was like, well, I had my kid around 17 when I first had your sister. So you'll be all right. You 20, 23, you got a job, you got an education.
I was 24.
Yeah. And so he was cool. And he said, well, you're going to have to call your mother. And I was like, well, can't you tell her for me? Because you know my mom is.
Yeah.
He was like, can you tell her for me? He said,
no.
Nope.
I wouldn't tell her either. I would not have called your mom.
And then you could tell the story with Aunt Rebecca and Terry and your mom.
Oh, gosh. It was a family cookout. And pretty much my mom and my Aunt Jennifer already knew.
Yeah, you told them.
And Alexis knew. And they were like, you know what? Everyone's here. You should just do it now. Get it over with. Just let it go. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take Aunt Rebecca back here and just announce, like,
separate from the family.
Yeah. And she was At first, she asked me if I was. What did she say? Was I going to jail or something? Like,
She thought that something was wrong. Like she was
yeah,
like,
like I
"Oh,
was
what's
gonna get like
wrong?"
arrested or
Yeah,
something. I
like
don't
y'all
even.
doing something illegal,
I don't know what she thought.
or she thought that we
We were
going
getting
we're getting
married.
married.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what she thought. And then I was like, oh yeah. Well, Denzel and I are pregnant, and we decided to keep the baby. You know,
Yeah.
like the
And she was
normal
like
stuff.
this. She was like, "Oh, well, let's tell the family right now."
She said she walked. She made us go back to the cookout.
So the cookout with 30 members of Kay's family.
Probably
And
more
this is
than
like
that,
maybe
to be
like the
honest.
fourth time me meeting the family. Because we hung out, but I haven't met your whole family.
Well, you were always at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but she was like, everyone, clap, clap, everyone. Denzel has an announcement.
And I'm looking at her like,
And I'm just like,
this ain't my family.
can I hide in a hole right now?
And so we prepped Uncle Terry. We told Uncle Terry, like, hey, we have something to announce. So I get up there and he's like smiling about to cheers me. And I
Because he
guess
thinks we're
that
getting
he
married.
thought that I was asking the family to marry Kay.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, everybody, I'm Denzel, Kayla's boyfriend. And we just wanted to let the whole family know that we're pregnant. We're having a baby. And the thing is, Uncle Terry, the look in this man's eyes, I'll show you on the camera, like he had his glass up, getting ready to cheers. He slowly put his glass down and his smile went away.
He said, somebody pour me a drink.
And Rebecca said, you need a double, Terry? He said, yes.
And then, of course, my mom and Aunt Jennifer, they
was loving it.
They were like, woohoo.
They
yes,
love the
a
family. They want the
baby.
family to grow. And I can
They
feel
love
that.
babies.
Yeah.
They do. But it was really funny. But it's funny how my family is and how we were raised so differently.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. Like my family, it's like thousands of children and thousands of people, and it's so big, and you kind of get like lost.
Yeah.
Not left, but like lost in the
Okay.
haystack.
Yeah.
Like when I describe you versus me, it's like you were like the cookies that were like the fresh baked cookies baked in
Everybody
the kitchen.
wanted a piece of me. I know.
And I was like,
Couldn't help myself in college either. I'm sorry.
I was like the crust on the side of the stove, and they're like, "Oh, we know you're there, but kind of smell you. Clean you up."
Yeah. Scrape
we
the bottom
wa-
off, scrape the darkness off.
That
you.
was like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were definitely, and I think that's why we parent a little different. Do you agree?
I think my childhood was my parents, they got married later after what
Yeah.
is it? So my dad, he had 3 children, my siblings, I
And
love
you were the
them.
youngest, yeah.
And what is it? He's a little bit older than my mom. And my mom had me later on in her life in her mid-30s, I believe, mid to
Mhm.
early 30s. So all
And you're
their
like her
siblings'
baby.
children
Yeah.
were older than me. They were either in their teenage years or even
Yeah, your
older than
sister
that.
is my mom's.
Yeah, the same.
age.
They're on
Yeah,
the
they're
same
same
age.
age,
So
yeah.
what is it? So I was left behind with like all my first cousins and stuff like that.
You were
I
the
was hanging
baby.
out with my
Yeah.
first cousin's kids who may have been older than me.
Mhm.
So, it was a little different of an upbringing. I was in the house. I was the
Yeah.
only child in the house. You grow with a bunch of siblings running around, ripping rampant.
Yeah.
So I could tell how you always say, I want to be the center of attention because that's what I knew. That was just
Yeah, because you were the baby.
Yeah,
So it was like
yeah.
everyone was like, "Oh, Denzel, Diddy."
exactly.
And me, it was just kind of like
You're there.
Yeah, you're just like, "Oh, there's one of them."
Yeah, the light skinned one.
Oh, because I was the only yellow child.
Yeah. It's so funny. Just putting a picture up of Kay and all her siblings. It's like
And Gerard, and yeah.
and DJ.
It's just me. It's just like, ooh, a little yellow dot right there. And I was kind of bald until I was like 4. So I just looked
Little boy.
I just looked so weird. And I got Justin's hand-me-downs.
Yeah, so he was really dressing like a little boy.
I just looked crazy.
But yeah,
Yeah.
and so we do parent a little bit differently.
Mhm.
You are, I don't know, you're a lot. You're really patient since I guess I am an only child.
Mhm.
My patience tolerance is really low.
Yeah.
I'm still growing in that. And one of my buddies, his name's Meyer, he has a great pod about, Here for the Dads, I believe. And he talks about
Yeah, he needs to be on here.
Yes, he talks about, and him and his wonderful wife, they talk about patience. He talks, how he's patient with his children, and I'm still growing in that because Nova can test me, and she'll kick me while I'm changing her, and I'll just get up and say, "Girl, okay, come get this kid."
Oh
I don't
yeah,
got time
no.
for it.
I would say my family definitely collectively like raises children.
Hmm.
Like when I say obviously I have my mom, like
Yeah.
my mom's my mom.
Yeah.
And then I feel like all of my aunts and uncles, I have like 6 and 7 other fathers and
Yeah.
mothers.
Yeah.
So me, it's like we're not playing with like I was raised like we're not playing.
Yeah.
Like you're not about to be in here acting a fool.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I approach it. And I think also because Nova's like your little girl, you're a little more sensitive to her.
Hmm.
And I'm like, no, like she's over here testing you.
She don't test me.
She's not allowed to be, yeah, like, you know what I
She be
mean? Like,
acting wild.
yeah, she cannot be acting wild. And you're just like, Nova, like,
Sit down.
sit down. And I'm like, Nova, sit your ass down. Like,
I'm sitting there looking at her like, dang, Kate.
like I'm not playing with you.
And I'm just like, man.
Especially if you're running late for school. You would have run around. I'm trying to put on your shirt. Girl, bye.
This
Sit
morning
down.
was rough. This morning was rough. No, yesterday was rough.
No, it was
Crying.
last night.
I'm
No,
like,
I don't even
girl,
know what
come
it was.
on, let's go. She in there crying and crying and crying. But she's adorable. So it's Nova.
She is. She just like,
Yeah, she gets what she
didn't
wants.
want to wake up and all that. But
Yeah.
yeah, but we were raised so differently. And I also feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, like,
It's different with older parents. I had older parents.
yeah.
You had younger parents. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like,
and I have a lot of parents.
yeah. So it
Yeah.
was like my older parents, really conventional, really conventional. We went to church.
Yeah.
We went to church. My grandfather was a bishop, so my dad, he was a deacon, and my mom's a deaconess. We went to church multiple times out of the week, driving to Philly, Bible study, early morning Sunday school. There may be Dana, my sister, may have had children's choir rehearsal. She was the
Mhm.
director, so I had to be there.
Yeah.
It was just church all the time, giving food to people who may be in need, visiting hospital visits. I was with my dad all the time, going to church and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which it's crazy because we talk about our religion and
Mhm.
how we, I guess, found God in our lives or was exposed to it.
Mhm.
And your story is different from mine because it was just a part of my life. And
Mhm.
I think the older I got, I found God more and more with life. Was going through different
Yeah.
things in life. Yours was more organic because mine was just handed it to me in a plate. It was like, this is
Yeah.
what we do. This is a part of our lifestyle.
Yeah, I will say like I was always like raised like we're Christian, like we celebrate Easter and Christmas, but I was never like forced to go to church or like made to like read the Bible and stuff.
Yeah.
I chose to do that
Yeah.
when I went to college, and that's how I like learned my faith and
Yeah.
learned
Yeah.
how I wanted to, study.
Yeah.
You can tell my family's very liberal because,
We're a big mix. We're a big
yeah.
mix. Big mix.
I could
of
even
folks.
say liberal, but like just you can do what you want to do.
Yeah, with your life
and
decisions.
with your life
But
decisions.
that's how
Yeah.
I feel like I know we have our faith. Like we can always say that, we believe Jesus died for us. Like we truly believe that, and we believe that Jesus is the way
Yeah,
for
that's
heaven
how I
and
was
stuff.
raised.
So
And you can blame
yeah.
Uncle Terry for my what did your mom say? My colorful language.
Yeah. But no, I have colorful language too. And my mom is like, we didn't raise you to do
Well, I
this.
will never curse around
Yeah.
your
Oh,
parents
I
ever.
don't. I
Yeah.
don't. But my mom, she'd be
No.
like this. She'd be like, I don't know where you got this colorful language from.
You're in the
My
Navy.
parents don't drink. They're like, who taught you about drinking?
You're in the Navy.
And I'm like, Mom, you sent me to the
And
Naval
you're a
Academy.
football player.
Like, we have fight songs talking about drinking to the foam. What you think that meant, Mom?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she was like, oh, this school will be good for you. Every time I wanted to quit, she's like, no, you staying. So, cursing and coaches yelling at you. I was having that when I was 6. You know what I mean? My uncle, he's like, yo, get your ass over here. Why? And I'll be like 6-year-old. I go back home to my dad. He cursed at me. And my dad
And
be
you
like, boy,
were,
stop
yeah,
crying.
yeah,
It's a part of the game.
yeah. And you were a football player too,
Yeah.
for sure. So I know football coaches.
They don't play.
No,
They don't
like,
play.
even my basketball coach, he never cursed at me. Still my favorite coach ever, but he never cursed at me in high school.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone in my life has ever screamed at me more than Aunt Rebecca than him. He's second place.
Rebecca's a different breed.
But Coach Sam, it was like, I would like mess up a play and he'd just be like, he wouldn't even say anything. He'd look at the bench and be like, get her. Just take her out. Just take her out of the game.
But you were the best player on the team, so you knew he was going to get back in.
I wasn't the best player on the team.
One of the best players. That's what Kay says about her glorified
I was not
high
one of the
school
best
basketball
players
career.
on the team. That's a lie.
Kay-
I said, okay, this is where you're
Kay was
serious.
the best thing since sliced bread in high school.
Okay, that's you.
That's what she said
No, in
all
high
the
school,
time.
I was very athletic. I was, not you chuckling, I was.
You compare yourself to Candace Parker,
I
Maya
never
Moore.
said that. I said I wasn't Maya Moore. If I was going to play basketball in college, I was going D3. I wasn't going to there ain't no way I was doing that, but I was good. I said I was good. I wasn't like
You was gassing.
exceptional.
You said if I lived in the state of New Jersey or any other state than Maryland, I'd be considered a Division I basketball player. That's what you said.
I never said that. I said that you grew up in an area where you had a lot more competition, way more exposure.
Okay, I was a dog.
I grew up in Boonesboro.
I was a dog, and I would have been a dog wherever I lived.
Shut up.
I was going to go
Denzel
somewhere.
what did you say? No, Denzel thinks he's the best one since sliced bread. He thinks that, wherever I lived, I still would have went D1.
Yes.
He thinks he was like the greatest thing of all time.
You sleep on me. I'm a has-been now, but I was somebody before. Trust and believe. I was one of them ones.
Really?
And then college came. And
you know what? We should insert the clip I have of him. The first game that I watched him play football and he got pancaked.
So what happened was I tripped.
No, you did it.
On his cleat.
That man
he
murked
had
you.
leverage.
No.
And so I was trying to gain my leverage, and
that's
I
not
tripped.
what happened.
You know that bad field. The field was bad, and I slipped, and he
the
took me.
$1 million field you were playing on
fell,
was bad.
And it don't look good. There's a story behind it. It may not look good, but I was good. It just didn't look good.
We know you were good, but that first game, that was the first game I saw you play, and I was like, he kind of
shaky.
I was like,
I'll be honest. I was like, dang.
I was like, maybe I should stop the recording.
Yeah. I could never win. You know what I mean? I got to college, and it was, I'll say, going Division I playing football in college, it was definitely a reality check because, like I said, I thought I was the best thing since sliced bread in high school. You couldn't tell me nothing. I went to college, all these dudes was good.
Yeah.
And I was just a needle in a haystack trying to find my way to get on the field.
I was so opposite. I was like so athletic, but I had no confidence. Like every game I would like hyperventilate before.
Oh yeah, let me get my wine glass. Sorry.
Oh, you're a mason jar. I would like hyperventilate before the game started. And if I messed up one thing, it was like the rest of the game I was playing just was bad.
Yeah.
But if I like started off great, it was like I had like a great game.
Yeah. Well, we have different personalities though.
Yeah, we do.
You know, I'm the more outgoing, outspoken one. You're the more to yourself. You were the first person
I'm
I ever
very
heard.
opinionated. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, you're very opinionated. Don't let no one talk trash on the phone, customer service wise. You come out of yourself and start going crazy on the phone. But yeah, I think that's what makes us good. You know, you don't have to be overly talkative because I'll do it for you.
Yeah, and we are similar. Like I still am very competitive.
Yeah.
Anything I do, I'm so competitive.
Yeah.
But I think my competitiveness is more like I'm sensitive, and you're like, you'll get mad.
I'm a dog.
Man, I lost, and I'm just like,
I'm gonna cry.
You're like, I messed this up.
Go around and go cry somewhere.
I messed this up.
But we compete in everything we do, though, even around the house. You know, I let you win that one time when we played basketball when you were pregnant because I didn't want to go too hard on you.
Oh my gosh! Nope. Everyone can hear this. Denzel lost in basketball by a pregnant woman.
It was a business decision.
No.
Yeah, I didn't. You know, I gotta keep.
Didn't you break your ankle the last time you played basketball?
No. So what happened was, again, we was playing on a bad floor. We was playing on a Navy base.
Denzel just can't play basketball.
We was playing on a Navy base, and I went one way, my ankle went the other way.
That's not the sport for you.
And we're going to call that. But it was the floor. It wasn't me.
Yeah. It'll be interesting how Nova is because we are so competitive. And I know I'm going to be like a stage mom.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, hopefully this isn't too controversial, but, you know, you want your kids, whatever they do, you want them to love it.
No, we don't want our kid to be trash.
But then it's like, you know, who wants their kid to be like left bench?
No, nobody.
You want your kid to be starting.
Yes.
You know what I
I
mean?
fully
Like,
believe
I
that.
don't even care if you're doing the band. I want you to be like
The
the
best.
first chair, the one that they can hear, not the one in the back that's just like, dee-dee-doo.
Yeah, no, we not
Like,
gonna be them parents that's gonna be like,
no.
it's okay, sweetie. You know, you'll get in the no. But we have to have a balance. Like we saying it right now, but what if Nova really likes something? She may not be good. We're gonna help her.
Yeah.
We're gonna help her to reach her potential, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Like whatever she wants to do, she might love it. She might not ever be like, like Michael Jordan or something.
Yeah, but we're really big on
yeah.
effort. Like if you finna do it, you gotta do it to the
For
best of your
real.
ability.
Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna be in
That's
here.
yeah.
Yeah, like
My mom used
fake
to
doing
say,
it.
my mom
Yeah.
used to be like this. You're not wasting my money playing around with your
Mhm.
friends thinking this is cool. You gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna do it to do it.
Yeah. It's funny though, because I think at least on Rebecca, she was definitely like that. Like whatever I wanted to do, she wasn't gonna waste her time.
Yeah.
And Uncle Terry was always just interested in whenever I was doing when I tell you every basketball game I had, he would come and like know all of my stats off of the top of his head. He'd be like, "Yeah, you had 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and 10 points." Like
He's a very smart man.
yeah,
though.
he would like memorize it.
Yeah, he's a very smart
And then,
man.
my mom and Alfonso, they're just like they like cheering. Like
Yeah.
they're just like, "Oh, we just love what you're doing."
Oh my gosh. I
They
think
don't,
that
yeah.
I think that me growing up watching crazy football movies,
Mhm.
I was always like, oh, I want to be the passionate dude. I want to be like Ray Lewis. So when I was like a kid, I used to cry. I didn't even tell you that. I used to cry when we used to lose. I used to cry when the coaches yelled at me.
Oh yeah.
I was a crier. And like
I cried every time I had a bad game.
my dad eventually just snatched me up and he was like, hey, stop crying.
Mhm.
You win like a man, you lose like a man. Stop crying. So once I got to like high school and stuff, it was just on and popping. I don't know, he unlocked something in me. And I tell Kay the story all the time. I was like a chubby kid growing up. You know, I had the big face, you know what I mean? My body was I ain't growing to myself yet. So proportionately, I looked a little funny.
Mhm.
And I went on a vacation in the summer to visit my uncle. He was a Army veteran. He did 20 years in the Army, like Kay's Aunt Rebecca. And he saw me looking at some girls because my cousin was a basketball player and he would go play at this gym, open gym, and there were girls there all the time. And I used to just be staring at the girls like, wow, so pretty. You know, puberty type of grimy middle school guy.
Mhm.
And he told me, he said, hey, Dan, go over there in front of those girls, take your shirt off, and do some push-ups. And Kay thinks this is horrible. So
Yeah, I feel like that's really disturbing. But
so they were like,
embarrassing.
they may have been like high school girls. I took my shirt off in all my glory, and I tried to do one push-up. I couldn't do one push-up, and these girls were laughing at me. I was so embarrassed. And he was like, well, you wanna be this athlete, you wanna have all the glory, you wanna be on TV.
Mhm.
You need to be able to do a push-up. So then every day I just started doing push-ups.
Mhm.
And Kay's like this, Denzel, I don't know how you survived that. That was traumatic. But for me, I'm like, oh,
That was traumatic.
I give my uncle a bunch of credit. He's one of the ones that, helped me get to where I'm at. So I give him mad props that he put that fire in me. I don't know.
Yeah,
We respond differently to stuff.
yeah, we do, because I probably would have like went in the bathroom and burst into tears.
So
I'd have been like, yeah, I'm over. Like this is done.
yeah.
No.
So I was like, all I gotta do is do push-ups and get girls. Easy. Push-ups.
All you have to do is push ups and get girls.
That's what I was thinking when I was in middle school.
But clearly, because you were yurting me, yurt. You know what
What's
you were
that?
doing.
What's that?
When you catcalled me in college, yurt.
It worked. Look where we at.
It did not work.
Look at your left ring
I did-
finger. We here. It worked.
It did not work.
You look down at it. It worked. It worked. We here. So yes, it worked.
It did
That
not.
whatever you call that cat call, I say that respectful greeting that I gave you that day. It got us here and it worked.
It worked after 4 months.
It worked.
Honestly,
Rome
it
wasn't built in
5
one
months,
day.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't built in one day. All good things need some working on.
Mm-hmm.
It worked.
Really? Should we take
So I know that we hit a lot of stuff, but we haven't really talked about how special fall is to you. I don't know. Kay has seasonal emotions. Depending on the time of year, her emotions somewhat change. But fall is just, she's really excited about fall. I think when August hit, she was putting pumpkins up in the house. She was changing the wreaths. She was doing this. She was
Yeah.
doing that. But like specifically about fall, why do you like this time of year?
Yeah. I don't know. Would you call me a pumpkin spice latte girl?
Oh, I like it too. You converted me.
No, I love fall. It's just like the weather is perfect. The decorations, I love Halloween, spooky
Hmm.
stuff. And
Oh,
also my
Jesus.
brother's birthday. He passed away in 2018 and around his birthday is just I always think of him. Well, I think of him every day, but
Yeah.
um that's when I really like,
Start getting into the mood.
yeah, of fall for
And
sure.
I
And
think
my
that,
grandmother too.
yeah. And I think that this year's special because this pod has been a special thing for you. Because sometimes you have your good days, your rough
Mhm.
days sometimes, and that's a part of the grieving process when you lose people that you love so much.
Mhm.
But it's also good because it's one of your favorite seasons, and this podcast, you have the ability to just connect to so many people that you may be able to
Yeah, I
talk to.
definitely feel like before like I was married and had a child, I knew what my hobby was. I loved working out 4 hours a day.
Yeah,
Like I was a nerd. I liked reading about astronomy, stuff like that. And then after I had, started my family, I feel like I got lost in like what I like to do. And then I noticed a lot of my friends really call me and text me. I'm bad with my phone, but when I answer, text
hmm,
me when they have something wrong or they need advice. And I feel like I could really like speak to people about things I have gone through and especially like motherhood, loss, friendship, all that stuff. I could really like give my perception of it and how I still am like everyone says, "Ooh, happy little K."
yeah.
Yeah,
And I think
Yeah.
the thing that you do a good we're married, so we're
Mhm.
honest and stuff with each other. But you do a good job of kind of like you're strong for others. You don't
Yeah.
let people see, how you're feeling and how, your
Mhm.
emotions can kind of like get the best of you, but you're really good about, hey, I'm gonna be positive for everybody else, positive for Nova,
Yeah.
positive for me. And I think that this is a good way for you kind of like to just express yourself.
Yeah. And it's fun. And I can't wait for like everyone to be on here,
Yeah. Yeah.
have their episode. That is something definitely I think I was raised like even if something's, I struggle with that a little bit, but even if something's wrong, you have to keep
Yeah. You
going.
can't stop.
You can't stop like doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, but that's just, how my family really is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that another thing that's so good about fall is football season.
Oh God.
And Kay decided to
I kicked
treat
them all
me.
out the house.
She
They're
I
kicked
have a lot
out.
of friends, and my friends want to watch football. We're diehard Eagles fans, so go Birds. Jalen Hurts is him. I just want to say that.
Mhm.
All the Cowboys fans out there, you know what I mean? Hey, it is what it is. Ain't been relevant since I've been alive. It's 26 years, but let's keep it
Honestly,
going.
depending on what man in my life you ask, my
Perception man in your life, like, clear that up because you got one
like
man in your life.
father,
Okay,
uncle,
there we go.
whatever,
That's better.
whoever you ask, my team is a different person. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm a Washington fan. What's my dad? 49ers
49ers.
fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't even get to choose. All I know is they were all kicked out of my house because I was tired of watching football for 6 hours,
And so
4 days a
yeah,
week.
and you converted the garage.
Oh
We
yeah,
put
I
a TV
converted the
in our
garage
garage.
into a man cave.
We painted it midnight green for the Birds. Got my boy Mike Martin to paint the Eagles logo in there.
I don't think I've seen him more in the past year than the past
Yeah,
month.
he texts me Sunday morning. We at your house today? Right when we're in church. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm in church. But yeah, right when I get home, come over. And so we kick it in the garage. And it's just such a good year because we're big Eagles fans. We don't accept you as Eagles fans because you're not all in. You gotta be
What are you
all in.
talking about?
You don't even
You
know
don't
no
even
Eagles
let me.
players. You don't even know any Eagles players.
Jalen Hurts.
One guy. And that's the thing. You just think he look good. That's the only reason
Yeah,
you
he's
know.
cute.
See? You don't even know the players.
He's cute. I don't know the players. I really don't.
Yeah.
I
So
like college football better than
you don't have a
NFL.
college football team.
I don't, but
You're
it's
not
more
loyal to
it's more
nobody.
entertaining.
You just not loyal to nobody.
I'm not, because I have been watching football since birth.
I do think one thing that was impressive about you when we started dating was you were knowledgeable about football. I ain't to tell you nothing
Yeah, I
about
know
football.
everything about it. All of my cousin, my brother, he was
Yeah.
like, I've been watching football since I was like 3.
Yeah. And Kay knows, like, yo, if the Eagles win that Sunday evening, I'm in the best mood. I'm like, Kay, you want to order out? Kay, you want me to buy you a nice special glass of wine? I'm gonna go buy a cigar and chill in the garage and, you know, get a stogie real quick, have a little whiskey in the garage. You know, that's my celebration period. But if we lose, it messes up the
That's
whole
like
week.
the worst.
It messes up the whole week.
Actually, it doesn't mess up the whole week, but
And for
I
me,
just
it
hate
does.
when it's like, ooh, now I'm glad you're in the garage. 'Cause I used to hate when the Eagles would lose and you would put the TV on mute. So I had to just sit there and I wasn't like allowed to talk.
I
So
hate the
just had to
commentators.
sit there in silence.
If we lose in the commentators, they just talk about the other team so much. They're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. And it's just like, bruh, I'm muting the TV and I'll just watch it in silence.
Mm-mm.
And don't say anything. Leave me alone, please.
Yeah. Bailey's mom actually gave me great advice.
Oh, what was that? Let everybody know Bailey's mom's advice.
Yeah, she said, yeah, if you know, your husband's watching football and he wants you to stop talking to him, make him pay you to go shopping and then you'll leave the house.
You know what's crazy? You hear something? You want to hear something funny? I don't have Bailey dad's money. So can't do that one. You just gonna have to, you know what I mean, hang out.
You can pay for us to get lunch.
Where we going? Dollar menu at McDonald's?
You're not. I don't eat McDonald's. You're not going. If I go out to eat, we're going somewhere that's real food.
Ruth's Chris, Mermaid Winery.
I'm thinking more like, yeah, no, Ruth's Chris maybe.
Yeah, that's a possibly when Nova gets older, we could do something like that.
Yeah, she's still in that little toddler phase.
Yeah, she's
For
not.
sure.
She's not begging for daddy's money yet.
Yeah. So.
But I definitely want to say thank you for letting me come on. I'm looking forward to more shows to be able to kind of talk about different topics.
I know you will. You will definitely be back.
She basically told me
definitely
I'm
have
her.
stories.
I'm her fill-in. I'm her fill-in. When she needs somebody to talk to, I'm here.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Even though I have to talk to you all the time, every day, and you talk a lot.
It doesn't matter. It's all love. Like I said, that little it worked because you stuck with me forever. And don't get it
didn't work.
confused,
I
girl.
didn't even know who you were when you texted me that day.
Look, you're here though. So it worked.
You got lucky.
I didn't. You got lucky. I'm the prize. I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
lucky. All right, I'm lucky, but you're lucky too.
Mm-hmm.
You are
I'm
lucky.
the prize.
You are lucky.
I am lucky for
Good.
sure.
All right, amen. Let's head on out. Thank you so much, Kay.
Yes.
Love you.
Love you.